Hello everyone. So today Jamila goes back to Las Vegas. She's flying, so I've got to have her at the airport no later than 2:30 p.m. So we've decided we will go on a little country drive after we stop at my parents' house. So we did a little bit of a mini country drive before we head to my parents. Like we just kind of took a back way, and now we are about maybe 10 minutes or a little less, probably less than 10 minutes away from my parents' house, and I'm debating over whether we will stay there and have lunch or we will just stop by real quick so Jamila can run in and then we go get lunch. I'm leaning towards maybe we just run in, have lunch, and then go on a country drive. Yeah, I'm not ready for her to go back. Yeah. But anyways, that is the status. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, a perfect traveling day. So we will get back on in a little bit. Oh, and you probably noticed that it is the next day after Jamila's birthday celebration. Hey, Poppy. I love you. Say that again.
So that's how you know people have become lazy.
Okay, y'all, we just saw what do you call it? An electric lawnmower, like a robot. Lawn goals. Well, I mean, we don't have to mow the lawn. However, wow, that is some kind of something. This is going to be a very informal video, and we're going to talk about 3 things I learned from my mom. So Jamila's going to talk about 3 things she learned from me, her mother. And I'm going to talk about 3 things I learned from my mother. We just thought this would be I thought this would be an interesting video to film. So again, it's going to be very informal. We're driving out in the country. We're going to stop by my husband's work so that he can say goodbye to Jamila before I take her to the airport. So we're just going to take a little drive and we're going to talk and drive. And Jamila is also eating her lunch, so just don't mind us while we eat and talk and while Xavier is making a lot of noise back there. I hope you guys aren't too distracted by the noise. So anyhow, let's get on with it. So, Jamila, you want to go first?
A few things I learned from my mom is, well, this is a lesson she taught me when I was younger. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I remember that was one lesson that she taught me when I was really young, because I remember I'd always get upset and have tantrums when I didn't, get something the first time. So she'd always tell me to try again.
That's right, baby. try again.
So that is one thing I learned. So the second thing that my mom taught me was to be confident and love myself. She's encouraged me to wear makeup a little bit, and I love wearing makeup. I just don't know how to do it, and I feel like without her help that I wouldn't really know how to do it, because I don't know, I just always have wanted to wear makeup, but I just never knew how. But with her help, I learned how to apply makeup properly, do my eyeshadow and my lashes and stuff like that. So yeah.
And you're beautiful without makeup. So let's, I want people to know that, and I want you to know that. You're beautiful without makeup. you don't need no makeup.
Mhm.
But we want to do makeup because it just,
But yeah.
just, gives a little polish and it's fun. Why not? Yeah.
But yeah, she taught me how to be confident and how to love myself. And then there's a lot more, but this is the third one I'm going to share. The last thing that my mother has taught me. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be a lesson. It's going to be like something that she actually taught me. She taught me how to make jewelry. Although I don't make jewelry anymore, she taught me when I was young, and I would always try to copy her. I remember she bought me this little jewelry thing where you lay all the beads out and stuff. She bought me one of those, a little one of those. And I remember I'd make jewelry next to her when she was making hers, and that was really fun. And I think I want to share one more. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing. This is big. One thing my mother taught me is how to dance. I remember.
Yeah, that is big.
Yes. My mother is a dancer, if you didn't know. And I love to dance. I do hip hop, contemporary, a bunch of other stuff, ballet. And I just love dancing just as much as she does. I may not be as good as her because my mom is an amazing dancer. But she taught me how to dance. She put me in dance at a really young age. And so that opened up lots of opportunities for me and lots of experience. So I danced a lot when I was younger. And yeah, I'm really thankful for that because that could potentially be a career that I could have in the future. So yeah.
All right, y'all, we are being safe. This is the informal country drive edition of 3 things I learned from my mother. So, Jamila and I, we love country drives. She gets that from me. I get it from my dad, I must say. We love country drives. So I'm so glad Jamila enjoys driving out in the country. All right, so anyways, I appreciate you guys' patience. This is a informal video. And so 3 things I learned from my mother. The first thing off the top of my head is I learned how to cook. My mother is a wonderful cook, and I learned how to cook from my mother. So sometimes if she was going to be busy, when I got home from school, that's right, Zaby, you want to turn? So if she was going to be busy, after I got home from school, she would have directions on how to cook something. And so I would just follow her instructions. And that's how I learned to cook. And then when I got a little bit, more confident, I would start, adding things and making things, how I would like to make them. So yes, one thing I learned from my mother is how to cook. The next thing that I learned from my mother, Xavier is talking way back there. The next thing I learned from my mother is how to make jewelry. And yes, creativity runs in the family. So I had this desire when I was about 12 years old to make jewelry. I just wanted to do that and learn how. So my father took me to this little shop in downtown Columbia, Missouri named Cool Stuff. The name of the shop was Cool Stuff. And in there they had beads and jewelry making supplies. And they were kind enough to take their time to just show me the basics. And that's how I first started making jewelry. And then for whatever reason, I stopped making jewelry for a little bit. My mother, reintroduced me to jewelry making as a young adult. So then I started making jewelry again. And so now I have an Etsy shop, the Sacred Adornings Jewelry Shop. So yes, that's one of the things that I learned from my mother. passion of mine. I enjoy making jewelry. So the third thing I'm going to mention is how to sew. My mother is very creative. She learned how to sew from her mother, and now I know the basics of sewing. I can make like curtains. I've made curtains. They were very basic. Very basic, but I know how to make curtains. I can make simple things. I made myself like a cape. I've made myself something without a pattern. I've made myself something with a pattern. It didn't turn out the best. I made my first pair of pants. They were like made of, I think, some sort of jersey material. I think they were drawstring also. And I got them mixed up one of the sides. Anyhow, yeah, so I've made something with a pattern, I've made something without a pattern, and that's something I would love to do more of, is sewing. I do not own a sewing machine, so whenever I want to sew something, I go to my parents' house and I sew on my mom's sewing machine, and I still need her help with the bobbin. So yes, I would love to have my own sewing machine, and I would do a lot more sewing once I own my own sewing machine. So anyways, that's the third thing. That is not all I learned from my mother. I actually admire my mother. I've admired her and wanted to be like her. She is the mother of 4. I'm one of 4, so I have 3 siblings. And for years, she was a stay-at-home mom. For a short period in time, she taught. She was a journalism major at the University of Missouri. Some people might not know that about my mother. So yes, my creativity definitely comes from her, and I could just tell you so much more of what I learned from my mother. But I think we'll keep it at that. And this is the first edition of 3 things I learned from my mother, even though it's more than that. Stay tuned for the next edition. I am excited for that. So hopefully we will get the next video out when Jamila returns. And I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing more of Jamila. And thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Jamila, would you like to close us out?
Sure. Thank you guys for tuning into my mom's channel. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and like if you want to see more videos from my mother. But yes, I love being on the channel. So hopefully
you and me, now you can say you.
Yeah, I love being on the channel. So hopefully I'll see you guys next time I'm here, which is probably going to be Christmas. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
We have arrived at the Columbia Regional Airport, and I'm going to walk her in. We're going to wear our masks and see her off. To Las Vegas, Nevada. So prayers for her safety and protection in the name of Jesus. everyone. I'm here with one of my best friends, Rhonda. Auntie Rhonda to Xavier and Xander.
Say hi, everybody.
And there's Alex.
Having a fun night.
We have this beautiful view.
So much fun.
Beautiful view.
Gorgeous.
So we're taking an evening stroll, catching up, having some great sisterly conversation.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna catch up with you guys later. And Xavier has some words. What do you have to say, Xavier?
Say hi.
What do you have to say?
Hi. Say it.
He's busy with his juice.
Do you see the duckies? Wow. They're looking at us.
They're following the leader. They are going to beautiful places.
The duckies. Not a single social distance.
That's not fair. I'm gonna take some time to finish my coffee, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully sooner than later you will see Jamila in another one of my videos. Jamila, if you're watching, I love you so very much, and I will see you soon. All right, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning into my channel. Subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video.